Hi, I'm Mike from Michael's Motor Cars, located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I have an interesting, nice little Mercedes SL I'd like to show you. Come on over and take a look at it. I'd like to start this whole presentation by saying I would say this is a nice driver quality car. This is not a concours car. If you are someone that is looking for a perfect car and you want everything to be exactly right, this is not your car. This is a car. It's a very nice, solid, good running car. It's beautiful color combination, but it would benefit from a lot of little odds and ends cleaned up on it that would be, in my opinion, fun to do and fun to make the car just incrementally nicer. So what we know about the car, it's a 1967 250 SL. It originally was a European market car. It has kilometers instead of speedometer in it. I do know, obviously, it has the side markers on it. And you can feel here on the inside headlight surround, there's a very slight indentation here where it should have the indentation on the front fenders. You can't really see it, but there's a little bit of a hint of it there. But again, if this kind of stuff is what you're really focused on, don't buy this car. But it's, for the middle of the road, it's a nice car. We found it up in Princeton, New York. Bought it from a fellow who owned it a long time. He had originally purchased it, and we have all the receipts of this, in 2007. It was an eBay ad, and he bought it for $10,000. The car had been sitting for a number of years. The motor had been taken out of it, stripped down, and then the project ended. So it sold in 2007 as a project car, and then Wayne, who I purchased the car from, primarily in 2007, 8, and 9, basically brought the car back to where it is now. The engine was professionally rebuilt. We have the receipts for that. And it was a standard rebuild. New rings, new bearings, the valves were ground, the head was done, all reassembled. Very few miles on the rebuilt motor. He also had Perfect Bodies, who is a body shop and restoration shop, stripped it back down to bare metal and painted the car. It's a very pretty metallic sand color now. I do not think it's an original Mercedes-Benz color, but very handsome color, very good looking. So the car itself, and let's just do a walk around on it, and please take the time to look at all the photos of this car. Of course, it has the American headlights on it now. The front chrome is excellent, I would say. A small ding here. Mercedes star is very nice. The grille surround and everything is nice. This is hard to show you, but the plastic here, which is the turn signal lens and goes around, there's a piece missing right there. And those are the kind of things that this car would benefit from. It'd be cool to get a set of European lights for it again. But little details like that would really bring the car up a lot of levels. We also had, when we received the car, and you'll see this in the chassis photos, there was some work done on the floor pans that I thought could be improved upon. So you will see when you look at the chassis photos, the right and left floor pans have been worked on. The body shop that we use painted them black, but they do good repairs underneath and just cleaned it up a little bit. So the floor, the rockers, all of that are very solid and usable on the car. Coming to the engine compartment, we installed a new battery in the car. We did a safety check on the car. We replaced a couple of minor items on the car. Specifically, most recently, he had spent about $8,000, I believe, having the entire injection pump rebuilt. So that has just been done. And you'll see in the chassis photos, it has a new fuel pump underneath it. He also had the fuel tank cleaned. So this is so critical on these cars. The tank, the pump, and the injection pump at the motor are all new and have been replaced. It runs beautifully. The car starts instantly. You'll see in our test drive, it's very peppy. It runs well because essentially it's a rebuilt motor with very few miles on it. But as you can see, there's a lot of cleanup and detailing work that could be done in the engine compartment if you like doing that. Or you close it and just drive the car, which would be fun to do. The wood trim around the windshield is in nice condition, very presentable. Very small chip in the windshield right here. It's very small. and I would not be concerned with that. We did buy a set of new sun visors for it. We bought new clips that hold the sun visors in. We have a receipt where the seats were replaced by Wolfgang. So the leather is in nice condition. The stuffing is nice. The interior overall is very presentable. The door cards are nice. Another example of a little thing. It should have the little insert here, which would look nice. It should have the little plastic insert right in there. So those to me those things are fun to get. You can find them, you can order them, you can get them, put them on the car. Everything incrementally improves the car a little bit. The dashboard, and you'll see in the test drive, instrumentation is all working properly. The tach, the speedometer, which is in kilometers. We have good oil pressure, good temperature, fuel gauge. All of those things are working properly. The car does pass inspection, so the lights, wipers, all that stuff is working. The heater control valves, these things are all moving around, so that's important. They're a little stiff. I think it'd be good to spend an afternoon and find all those cables and lubricate them and all the little linkages, but they're all there. They're present and accounted for. None of them are broken. They are functioning. Coming along, when they did, and you'll see it in the receipts, when they did the original bodywork on the car, they did replace, I believe, one of the rear quarters. So it's a car that did have some significant work done to it, and then later, when Wayne bought the car, rebuilt the motor, and had his friend go over it again and respray the whole thing. The paint is holding up very nicely. It's gorgeous in person. It's a striking car. There are a few minor blemishes in the paint, nothing significant or major. Rear lenses are okay. I think this right rear lens should be replaced. There's some cracks. And on the right rear chrome bumper, some weld mark there. So again, little things would be nice to clean it up. The trunk, it's nice and solid and complete. This is correct, painted black. Under the rubber mat, it is all solid. But, you know, I keep saying this would be a wonderful, nice driving car. I have the spare tire. All of that comes with it. We also have, of course, the hardtop, the Pagoda. The paint is excellent on it. Underneath, the wood is pretty good. The headliner is all intact. It's a little sun-stained on the inside along here. So that could either be, you can tint or dye those, or replace them if you want to. It doesn't need replacing. It could be tinted. The inside the hardtop. Coming along this side of the car, there really are, I'm always careful when I say no marks, but there really are no significant dings, dents, scratches, or anything. It presents great just the way it is. And somehow all these years, it did not get all scratched up here. Normally these are all scratched up, and this is really quite nice right there. Same thing on this side. The right side door card is very nice. It also needs the little guy there. It would be nice to replace. And here you can see the gorgeous SL dash is all intact. And all the chrome, the beautiful chrome from this era, which I just love. These guys, it's just really cool. Everything is there. And all the cues of it being a early 67 SL are all intact. The soft top on the car, and we'll have some photos of it, is average. It probably should be replaced. It could be used if you get caught in the rain. It is there, it functions. But a car like this, we present cars like this sometimes where we'd like to give everybody in the buying spectrum an opportunity to have a car they've always wanted. So this is a car that you could buy, do whatever you want to do with it. Just drive it. It's very drivable, very usable, just the way it is. Very presentable. People love how this car looks. Or you can putter away on it and replace things like these lenses and stuff and keep taking it to a higher level if you so choose to do that. So we have a lot of receipts, most of them centered around 07, 08, 09. That's when the engine was done. That's when the paint work was done. The fuel injection system, that was done more recently in the last couple of years. We're selling the car with a clean Pennsylvania title. And it should present an opportunity to get one of these cool cars at what I think will be a very reasonable price for a very usable, drivable classic. So thanks for taking the time and watching our video. Please watch the driving video. We'll do a cold startup video. Take your time and look at all of our pictures and ask us any questions you may have. We also invite any outside inspections to come. If you're local, please come and see the car and go for a ride in it. Thanks for taking a look at the video.